Hi everybody, this is Matthew Poes of Poes Acoustics, and I'm reviewing a roller shade. So I know that sounds weird, but I work in the home integration world. We deal with roller shades quite a lot, and while that's not my specialty, it is a product that I have in my home and every integrator basically sells. So a company called SmartWings actually approached me and said, would you be interested in reviewing our shades? And I had actually heard of this company. I had been looking at their product because the pricing was really pretty good for what it was. So I'm going to put this into the video, but I'm just going to show you the website here. So when I went in there and looked, they had all sorts of blinds and shades. They actually have added to the products now above and beyond what I had originally seen from them. But they had outdoor shades, and I actually needed outdoor shades. So I'm doing that right now, but I went over into, there we go, outdoor shades. And they have the SmartWings motorized outdoor shades starting at $199, which I'm not going to call it misleading. It's not misleading at all, but it can feel misleading in that that's for a fairly small outdoor shade. The one I'm going to show you here is quite large, and so the cost goes up quite a bit. But basically, you put everything in that you need. And in my case, I was at their maximum size and then some, which is 113 inches wide. The height of mine also was maxed out, and in fact, so it's 140 inches long. My height is 13 feet, so it's more than that 140 inches, and there wasn't a lot I could do about that. I ended up going with their free motor, because that's the one that works, not free, it's just what's included, because that's what worked best with my Control Force system, and it also works with the app fine. I got the $49.99 solar panel, the standard white remote, and the total cost on that, I have to add to the cart to do it, $1,014.98. So when you look at what the cost of these are from the higher end companies, my general experience has been that they're a lot more money, like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for something that large. Remember, this is 113 inches wide and it's 140 inches long. So let me show you the app. The app is really great. I really liked the app. So the app is called Connector. You get it all set up. There's a device that gives you that capability, and you have the ability then to pick the percentage you want it to close. And you'll be able to see this behind me. I'm going to move back so it focuses correctly. But I'm going to make it now close. So it's battery operated. You don't have to use the solar recharger for it. It actually seems to keep its charge for a very long time. But you can use the solar one to keep it charged all the time, so that it basically never needs to be recharged. The other option was because it's battery operated, you could just plug it in every 6 months or so, something like that. In the couple of weeks I had it without the solar panel, the battery never went down at all, even though we were using it a couple times a week every week. We got this because it provides nice shade for this dining area, which is a problem that we were having. So you can see it coming down. It isn't going to go all the way to the floor. It's going to go most of the way, but it actually is perfectly fine for our needs. And I don't know that going all the way to the floor was a huge issue. So it's going to stop about a foot off the floor. So actually it's going a little farther than that. Yeah, I think it's actually only about 10 inches at most off the floor. So it's pretty good. Now, the nice thing about the lower end outdoor ones don't have these cables. This uses guide cables, and that's better because in high wind, these would just take off. So without the guide cables, you have to attach it to something. So what they would do is actually have you attach it to something on the ground manually. With the guide cables, it's all automatic. It just basically does that. In my case, this was not really designed for a cantilevered roof like I have. It was really designed for something where you've got posts to attach to. So we attached ours to the floor. You could say it's a trip hazard, but that's not a product issue. That's a me issue. So to the point, you can see that the product works as it should. There's a light breeze right now. It's catching the shade a little bit, but it's not really doing anything. You know, it's not going anywhere. So it works fine. Now you can go back here and you can go, oops. So you can go back into the app. You can go and do 50%. So, oops. Not letting me do that. Well, it does work. There we go. And it's going to go back automatically to 50%. And so you'll see it coming up. It's relatively slow, but it's no slower than any of the others I've used from even higher end companies. It's about the same kind of pace, especially given this is battery operated. You know, they don't have some of the nicer power options that the best have, like PoE. You can plug it in, although the plug-in approach that you would do is basically it's still battery operated. It's just maintaining the battery. So I don't know if the motor is any different. They offer a ton of motor options that are for different control systems. So I don't know if the motor itself is different and would be any quicker. But as I said, this is kind of on par with what I'm used to. And you can also go to 25%. Oops. You can pick any number. I'm just picking numbers to show you guys the granularity of it. So what I can say is that I used to have a much lower quality shade than this that we bought at Costco, because I didn't want to spend the $3,000–$4,000 we were getting quoted to do like a proper professional one. I mean, this is working really well for me. Like, it meets my needs fine. And the quality of this actually is on par with some of the better stuff we've seen at a much lower price point. I felt like this was a good value. The lower end cheap one we got was a piece of junk. I mean, it was a couple $100. The system it used to secure it didn't work very well. The shade itself didn't block out enough light, and the quality of it was actually fading in the sun pretty badly, and it was starting to get a lot of mold and stuff built up on it. So overall, I wasn't super happy with that one, but we paid so little, it was like, all right, whatever. This thing is obviously more expensive than that, but much cheaper than the competition, and the quality is on par with the lower end of the high-end stuff, if that makes sense. So usually when you get into companies like Lutron, they'll have like different levels of shade you can get. I would say that this is more similar to their lower end stuff than their top end stuff, but it's still a fraction of the cost. And so I at least for this outdoor one, I'm very happy with it and would happily recommend this product from this company that I mentioned before. So again, I would go over to SmartWings Home. They've got indoor shades, which I have not checked out yet, but I'm going to assume they're fairly similar. They're cheaper. Indoor shades are always cheaper than outdoor shades. They have the indoor shade options. They have outdoor shades. They have cellular shades. I'm looking on the website just so I can make sure I get this all right. Zebra shades, woven wood shades. They have dual shades, which are nice if you want to have like a blackout and a light reducing one. Roman shades. There is hardwired shades. I didn't see that. So it looks like they do have the DC power distribution system and then the hardwired shade system. So if that is what you're looking for, they sell that. Pricing looks pretty similar too. And then I actually was surprised to see they have a pergola. So it's $7,400, which for the size and everything is nice. It uses their Matter pergola motor. So it's a Matter control system. So it's probably pretty nice. I don't think they're going to give me one of those, but I actually would love a pergola, so that's pretty cool. Maybe something that we'll buy in the future for our pool deck area. Anyway, SmartWings Home seems like a good company. Quality seems good. I believe they're out of China. I'm not totally sure of that, but that was my impression from the communications. But honestly, from a quality standpoint, no issues with that at all. It really seems like a good value for the money. They actually got this thing custom made and shipped out to me fairly quickly, given where it was coming from. So overall, again, recommended, impressive product. Check it out.